to Kenyatta Copies. I'm Kenyatta. Welcome to my channel. I just remembered that I did not record the intro. So this is future me right after I close out the video. So here we go. Okay, so as far as my reading, I'm still on chapter 1 of the Butterfly Garden. Not because I'm not interested, just that I've been reading something else. I started The Dead House by Don Cartogis. And I've been having this book for so long, and I've been really scared to read it because it looks so creepy, and I didn't know what it was about, but the cover is what made me buy it because it looked so good. The cover, I love the cover. But I went ahead and used my Audible credit because I wanted to listen to a spooky book for this month. And so, since I wanted to read this anyway, I decided to get the Audible. That way I could listen to it while I was doing stuff. And this is about, it says, welcome to the Dead House. Hold on. Says, welcome to the Dead House. 3 students dead. Carly Johnson vanished without a trace. 2 decades have passed since an inferno swept through Elbridge High, claiming the lives of 3 teenagers and causing 1 student, Carly Johnson, to disappear. The main suspect, Caitlin, the girl of nowhere. Caitlin's diary, discovered in the ruins of Elbridge High, reveals the thoughts of a disturbed mind. Its charred pages tells a sinister version of events that took place that tragic night, and the girl of nowhere is caught in the center of it all. But many claim Caitlin doesn't exist, and in a way she doesn't, because she is the alter ego of Carly Johnson. Carly gets the day, Caitlin has the night. It's during the night that a mystery surrounding the dead house unravels, and a dark, twisted magic ruins the lives of each student that dares to touch it. So that is what that is about. Caitlin is Carly's other personality, but they leave messages for each other, and so they communicate with each other and they know each other exists, but they're holding secrets back from people, and dark things start to happen. And because usually Carly's has the body in the morning and Caitlin's has the body at the nighttime, and one day Carly just disappears. And it's weird because Carly is the main person. So it's interesting. I thought it would be scary, but it's not. It's probably young adult, honestly, because I was listening to it at night last night when I was working on the quilt top, and it wasn't scaring me at all. I kept having to rewind, go back on some because I kept not paying attention, and so I had to go back and read what was going on. But this is what the book looked like. I never took the cover off, so I'm just seeing this myself. It looks really good, and it's a lot of mixed media in the book. Like, it's so pretty. Like, here's a report statement. There's diary entries. I'm on chapter 54, and that's 196. I just finished 196 pages. So that's how far I'm into it. I'm going to listen to the audio when I'm doing stuff, but if I want to just sit down and read it, I'm going to read out the book, because as I told you, I can't do both at the same time. My mind just won't let me. I also want to start, for my book of the month read, Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman. I have no idea what this is about, so let's check this out. A chilling horror novel a haunting told from the perspective of a young girl whose troubled family is targeted by an entity she calls Other Mommy. To 8-year-old Bella, her family is her world. There's Mommy, Dado, and Grandma Ruth. But there is also Other Mommy, a malevolent entity who asks her every day, "Can I go inside your heart?" When horrifying events around the house signal that Other Mommy is growing tired of asking Bella the question over and over, Bella understands that unless she says yes, her family will soon pay. Other Mommy is getting restless, stronger, bolder. Only the bonds of family can keep Bella safe. But cracks in her parents' marriage are starting to show. The safety Bella relies on is about to unravel. But Other Mommy needs an answer. Incidents around the house is a chilling, wholly unique tale of true horror about a family as haunted as their home. Now, this may actually scare me. I want to start this on Sunday too. So, that is what I got going on reading wise. And that's just, and this book is interesting. I'm gonna have to take a picture and send this to Book of the Month. I mean, I'm not expecting a return because I got this book a while ago, probably last October or September. But when I took the cover off, it's cracked and a piece of tape is on there. Like, I wish I would have seen that sooner and could have got a replacement, but I'm just going to make them aware so they can keep an eye out for this in the future. But yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so that is what I got going on right now. I'm just going to get me some reading time in, and then probably later I'll get to working on the quilt top. And I also want to start my granddaughter's Red Riding Hood hooded blanket, but I don't know when I want to start that. So, but right now I'm gonna start this book. But first I'm gonna take a picture and send Book of the Month the email and just let them know. But I'll see you in a bit. So this is what it's supposed to look like when it's done. I got the B block done, and I got the bodies of the ghosts done. So there's some parts that go like above or under something, but hopefully I can get that done today. But yeah, I'm not about to work on it right now though, but I just wanted to show you what I got done last night. Well, it was after midnight until like 5 something this morning. It's not, my sewing is not perfect because for some reason I'm either got too much fabric or it's too short, and I think that has to do with maybe my cutting and my sewing. But I'm gonna practice and I'm gonna get better. So, but I'm proud of myself because that bead and them ghosts look good so far. Okay, hey everybody. I just came back in from going to the library, taking some books back, and stopping at Goodwill. I did pick up some things. I'll show you in a minute, or pick up something. I have been reading. I did start Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman. Like I said in the other clip, it's about 8-year-old Bella who has a mommy and daddy, but she also has an other mommy. And apparently this other mommy has been around for quite some time. And they started out as friends, but now Other Mommy is starting to continuously ask this question, and it's making 8-year-old Bella scared. At first she just started out showing up in her room, and then now she's coming out of her room and it's scaring Bella. So that's where I'm at so far. I'm only at, I finished chapter 9, so I'm on chapter 10 now. So that's as far as I got right there. So it is a little creepy, a lot creepier than this book, because this book don't scare me at all. Sorry, I actually was listening to this last night, or was that last? Yeah, listened to it yesterday, evening, and I got to I'm in chapter 72, and this book is interesting. It is if it's the spooky season, but it's not scary. What is her name? Carly and Catherine. As I said, they're Carly, Catherine share a body. Catherine's her other personality, but Carly has the body during the day, and Catherine has the body during the night. And right now in the book, Carly has disappeared, and Carly's best friend, who has been knowing about Catherine for years, and a friend of Catherine's who just recently found out about Carly, he also is helping out, and they're trying to figure out what happened to Carly. And this is where the spookiness is really about to set in, I assume, because this is where it gets to the dark part of the book, where they're saying that whatever happened to Carly is some evil. It's something to do with evil entity or something like that. I don't want to give the book away. I've been told that I spoil books, tell you too much, so I'm not trying to tell you too much. But this is a book. It's not scary. So far, it's not scary. Like, I'm on chapter 72, and it's not scary. And it's going by really, really quick, because the chapters, like, I'll show you right now. This chapter is done right there. That's it. The chapters are really quick, so it reads fast. And when you listen to it, you have to really pay attention, because there are different mediums. There are diary entries. There's video entries where the police are listening to the video that's being played. There's conversations between the therapist and the police, the therapist and Carly, the therapist and Catherine. You really have to pay attention who is talking and who they're talking to, and what the timeline is. So listening to it can get a little confusing if you're not paying attention, because sometimes I have to go back, because I'm sewing while I'm listening to it. But it is good. I enjoy this. Like I said, I bought it because of the cover years ago, and I thought it was going to scare me, so I haven't read it. I've been just putting it off reading it, but it's not scary. It's not scary at all, so happy about that. I did go to Goodwill, and I've been wanting a casserole dish, and I found this for $7.99. Let's see. Rounded up, I think I paid $9 altogether, but it's perfect, because I've been wanting a casserole dish with a lid, because I've been using my Wolfgang Puck paella pan to make my casserole dishes in, and it's too long and not deep enough. So when I did the cowboy casserole the other night, it has a biscuit topping, and the biscuit topping didn't spread out as close together as I would like. So when you do it in this dish, it is less space. So happy about this. I would like to work on my quilt top today. I didn't do much yesterday. I'm still working on I got the B block done, and I'm still now working on the ghost blocks. I think there's a top layer and a bottom layer, or Yeah, I think it's a top layer and a bottom layer. So I'm working on the those layers that goes on top and bottom of the ghost right now. And then I've already got those sewn together far as rows. Now I gotta make the stacks of rows of those. The next it'll be the rows that has the ghost arms in it. So I want to get that done. Hopefully during this week it'll get finished, the quilt top. I don't know about, well, I know definitely not the whole quilt because I don't have any batting, but because I just got the fabric for the quilt top, the binding, and the backing, but I don't have any the batting. So there's that. I also would like to do some crocheting today if I can, but I've been into this baking show, been preoccupying not just this baking show, a lot of baking show, Halloween baking shows have just piqued my interest. So I've been watching them a lot, and yeah, so we'll see what I get done today. If I don't check back in today, I will check back in with you tomorrow. I got the bee done. One little ghosty and two ghosties. I'm so proud of myself. Like, so proud of myself. I've been wanting to do this quilt since I got this in 2023, this pattern, out the spooky box from Fat Quarter Shop. It's like the special edition sew sampler, the holiday version, I guess. And I got this, but I didn't have my sewing machine that broke, so I never got to do it. And then when I got my sewing machine, my granddaughter lost my pattern, so for a long time I didn't have the pattern, but I kept all the stuff, and when I was moving, I found the pattern. So I was definitely going to work this out because it's a small project and mostly done in 2.5-inch squares. So I was like, I have to do this. This is a easy project. Although there's mistakes because I need more practice with my sewing a straight line and cutting a straight line, obviously, because and these could be done better. I don't know if it's the measuring or the cutting, but these were off as far as sizing. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong with those, but I'm gonna watch a few videos and see if I can catch a mistake. Well, see what they doing and see if I can identify a mistake I made, because these sizes didn't match up with these squares. I had to do some witchy woo. But all in all, I think I did a decent job because they're pretty much lining up. So that tells me I'm doing a good job. So that's what I got with that. Today is Monday. I had to get up at 5:45 to go babysit, and then I had to come back home. I switched with my youngest daughter to go to a a doctor's appointment. They did a breathing test. That was good. I got 94 out of 100. They gave me an inhaler to use, you know, as needed. Honestly, I think that little percentage that I'm lacking is probably my weight, but anybody with a little more fluff can relate. It's hard to breathe sometimes. I took my Kindle with me and I read some more of The Butterfly Garden. So far it's just, you know, getting information from one of the victims and trying to figure out who she is, because the gardener gave them all fake names, but they found their identification IDs or license, and but the girl that they're interviewing, her ID is a fake name, so they don't know who she is and why she has a different what's the word I'm looking for, someone who's been in captivity. She has a different response than the other victims, and when they asking the other victims questions, they look into her whether they should answer or not. So it's kind of suspect and weird, but so good. It's The Butterfly Garden by Dot Hutchison. So last night I worked on the quilt top, the blue quilt top, and I will show you that in a minute. I listened to The Dead House by Don Kurchak something. I listened to this and I'm on chapter 91. It's some stuff happening. I can't really tell you much. You gotta listen to it or read it yourself. I would suggest reading it, because listening to it, if you're not paying attention, you can get lost, because like I said, there's different mediums, diaries, videos, interviews, and then it's crazy. So, but it's I like this. Today, while I was babysitting, I started hooded blanket. Okay, sorry about that. I had a phone call, but I started this Red Riding Hood hooded blanket out of Fairy Tale Blankets to Crochet by Lynn Rowe. And so far, this is what I got. It's corner to corner. Now this is the second time I've ever worked on this stitch. The first time was when I made my my grandson, who's 6 now, when he was 1, a Elmo hooded blanket. It's crazy I've been crocheting that long. My skills have not grown as much as they should have in that time period, because I didn't realize it's been that long. And wow, I really need to step out of my box, my comfort zone, and try more intermediate patterns and stitches, because I should be further along than I am now. But you know, but it's so good. But this is the second time I tried to stitch. So easy. I had to relearn it because it's been so long, but once you get it, it's so easy. But yeah, last night, oh my god, well, for the last few nights I've been itching like crazy, like all over my body. I was starting to freak out because that could be, you know, liver issues, it could be diabetes. I'm pre-diabetic, so you know, it's a possibility with me. And so I called City Block to talk to a nurse, and they gave me a video call, and while I was talking, they asked me, have you noticed any rashes or irritability on your skin or stuff like that? And I was like, no. But as I was talking to her, my hand started to wrinkle up, swell up, and noticed, and I was looking, I was like, these are hives. And I was like, well, yeah, I am breaking out. And then when I got off the phone with her, my left arm started breaking out in hives. So as you can see, my blanket is gone from the back. I think this is what it is. My mother gave me these two pretty pink pillows, you know, really big. And I was using one to put it behind my back so I won't slap so much. And it was I was moving it around, so it was rubbing against the blanket and rubbing against my skin, rubbing against my couch, and I was also laying on it. The night this all started, I was just itching like crazy, but I didn't know that's what it was. And so, yes, when I realized that it could be that pillow, I asked my daughter. Well, it was already moved, but so yesterday I was sitting on the couch with my just tank top on, my skin exposed, and I started itching all over again. And so I asked my daughter, you know, can she take the blanket off? And it started to clear up. But so my cousin ended up bringing me some Benadryl because the prescriptions, I don't know what happened to my prescriptions, but one, the Zyrtec is was sent to my pharmacy, and I can get that tomorrow. But I don't know what happened to the Benadryl they was sending over. My cousin bought me some, and as soon as I took it, I started itching like crazy again. So I don't know what's going on. I sent a note to my doctor and asked could I get a referral to get an allergy test, because only thing I know that I'm allergic to is latex. So this is a mystery to me. You know, it just randomly happened. I don't know. So hopefully I find out something soon, because that is, I mean, it is miserable because I'm still going through itching. I mean, because I was like, what is going on? I was showering, I washed my hair, scratched my scalp. I was scratching everywhere because everything was itching, and just, I was like, I don't know what was going on. I've never itched so bad in my, well, one time. I had an allergic reaction to some fundraiser fabric softener in those big tubs, and I washed my clothes in it. And one day, I didn't know what it was. One day, I just started itching all over, itching real bad, and breaking out in hives. And I Googled, you know, and Google told me it was what was it called? Skin lice or something like that. So, you know, that's just bugs to me. So I'm like, oh my God, I got bugs on me. So it said to wash everything you own in hot water. So I washed, well, my daughter, while I was taking a shower, again, my daughter went and washed everything I owned in this, washed everything I owned using that fabric softener too. So I went to work the next day, and I ended up going to the hospital because, you know, bugs. And the doctor was like, you ain't got no bugs on you. And I'm like, are you sure? Can you look closer? She was like, there is no bugs. And you know, so then I went home, my daughter washed everything. So the next day I went to work with these newly washed clothes, went to sleep in these newly washed bed sheets and stuff. And I'm at work doing nails, and all of a sudden I start swelling up, breaking out in hives. And I'm like, what in the world? And so then I figured it out. It was a fabric softener. And she washed everything I owned in the fabric washer. So I had to rewash everything. And once I got everything rewashed, I stopped breaking out in hives. So that was the only time. Because when I have a latex allergy, it affects my breathing. It's hard to breathe. So yeah. So I don't know if it's maybe she washed them in something that I'm allergic to, but I need to find out what that is, because, you know, I need to know what I can't buy. So that happened. But let me sign off here and show you what I got accomplished on the quilt top. Okay, so I showed y'all in the clip that I was working on this, and this is the corner rectangle So it's starting to come up this way. I'm doing straight rows now because I did the increased rows and now I've started the straight rows. And this is where I was when I last showed y'all. So kind of hard to see right now, but yeah, that's what I got done. And I also finished The Dead House by this person, and I really enjoyed this. Like I said, I listened to an audio mostly because I was sewing and crocheting with it too, and so sometimes I missed something, had to go back, but I really enjoyed it. The cover made me think it was gonna be really scary, but it was not, and I am happy about that because even though I like spooky, creepy things, I am a scaredy cat deep in heart. I am. I am a scaredy cat, and I blame all those scary movies I watched growing up. And speaking of which, I actually watched a scary movie today with my daughter. We watched Halloween 2, and I had so many questions, like, why is the hospital so dark? Why are they walking around a dark hospital? Because I've never been in a hospital that was dark like that. Just like with Vampire Diaries, they're always in a dark high school. When do people walk around high school when it's dark? I don't know. So I have questions. But this was really good. It speaks a lot about, I think it's DDD, dissociative disorder or something like that. Something like that. I can't remember the exact words of it, but it speaks a lot about that, and it was very, very interesting for me. I mean, I liked it. So glad I read that. And I also finished the Boo quilt top, and I will show you that in a minute right after this clip. Really enjoyed making that. I did have some mistakes, but you know, it was fun. It's my second time trying out a quilt top. And I just really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I thought that I would enjoy quilting, pieceworking. I thought I would enjoy that so much. Watching Arkansas gals, when she does sew with me videos, I watch those. I don't watch them as much as I used to because I have so much going on that it's hard to sit and concentrate, but I do enjoy those. That is what really made me want to quilt. But actually sewing, it was Fred makes things. She motivates me to keep trying, no matter what I do. She motivates me to keep trying because the things that she makes are so beautiful. But yeah, those two ladies are awesome. And Connie's Crafty Corner, she does some crocheting. I think she knits and she quilts. Love her too. I will link all three ladies down in the description box because they are motivators for if you want to do any crafting, sewing, crocheting, knitting. I mean, they're awesome. Love them so much. But yeah, so that is all for this clip. Sorry about the lighting. I do not have great light at home. And it is 7:22 at night. So it's Tuesday. So I will talk to y'all later. I finished the quilt top. I'm so proud of it. The seams don't all line up, but it's so cute. I love it. I just got to get some batting. So I'm done for now, but I love it. Hey you guys, so I just got home and I wasn't intentionally trying to dress up as Chucky today. I wanted to wear my hoodie, but before I made this video, I put this wig on. I was like, you know what? I have a red wig. I can be Chucky. But this is how far I got on the hooded blanket so far. Okay, we'll go this way. So this is doing the straight rows. So, okay. So, doing the straight rows. And if it's your first time watching, I am making this Little Red Riding Hood hooded blanket for my granddaughter's birthday next month. Her birthday, November the 16th. 3 days before mine. Mine is the 19th. And my new grandbaby, we thought she was going to be born next month, but she might be born this month. So, we'll see. And I read a little of incidents around the house. I'll put the cover right here. I didn't read much because I took this with me when I went to the doctor to get my mammogram today. And it wasn't a long wait, so I didn't get much, but so far it's still the creepiness with the other mommy. They having a party at the house and the little girl's dancing and she's starting to hear creaking upstairs. And so, you know, it's just getting a little spooky at the party. So that's as far as I got from there. I'm on page 65 and that is, see if I can tell you chapter 11. And I also read some of The Butterfly Garden by Dot Hutchison. They are still interviewing the witnesses and she's backtracking about the gardener. You know, he kidnaps these girls, butterflies, puts tattoos of butterfly on their back, and apparently they have an expiration date for their captivity. And that's as far as I'm going to say. But she's also telling some things that led her up to being in New York by herself without family, having a new identity. So she's revealing all that right now. So it's good. It's good. That's about all I did today. I said I was babysitting, then I left to go get my mammogram. But people had me thinking it was going to be so painful. But it's probably because I have had piercings and tattoos in the twin area. So it was just more of an uncomfortable experience for me. But yeah, it went through so fast. It was just uncomfortable. But I'm glad it's over with. So now, tomorrow, I got 3 other appointments tomorrow. One appointment is the dentist, so I'm going to see the dentist tomorrow. I really, really don't like the dentist. Not at all. That is one doctor that scares the bejesus out of me. I'll be crying as soon as they say you got to have some kind of dental surgery. I am in that chair boo-hooing, real tears. It'd be real. I'd be so scared. So that is all for right now. I just got finished taking some pictures. Hopefully they came out good. The lighting is so awful. I might go outside. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go outside and take some pictures. And yeah, so I will see you in the next clip when I won't be dressed like Chucky. Okay, y'all, I'm about to show y'all what I worked on today, and then I'm gonna close out my video. So I had a busy day. I had a doctor's appointment, telemed doctor's appointment this morning. Well, no, just 11, and then I had a phone appointment with someone at 1, and then I had a dentist appointment at 3. Then I was babysitting on back and forth with my youngest daughter between them. And I'm tired. And then I got to go to the store this evening and pick up some stuff for All Hallows Eve, little party for my little grandkids. But let's see. I'm working on the decrease rows in this, the hooded blanket, or the blanket part. Corner to corner, rectangle. Let's see, where am I? Okay. This is where I was when I last showed you. So, this is the edges right there. And then this is the bottom forming this way. So, now I'm decreasing. And I read some of The Butterfly Garden by Don Hutchison. Yeah. I got 22%. She's going into possibly meeting the gardener. Cause they had an event at the restaurant where she worked. It was a butterfly event. And normally the owner tells them to cover up their tattoos. But this day he said they can show their butterfly tattoo because it was a butterfly theme. And so there was a creepy man who took notice of the butterfly tattoo and took notice of her, but also his son too. So I don't know who is two Peter, son and him. But when they talk about the place, they only talk about the gardener. So I don't know who the gardener is. It might be one of them. So that's where we at so far. So tired. Today was a doozy. When I went to the dentist, I was going to get, in May, I got an extraction. They took my canine over here. And years ago, I used to have a partial. And someone stole it. Just being a hater. And so I asked my insurance, will they cover to get another one? They told me they had changed their policy. And it would no longer cover just one tooth being replaced. So I've been fine. It doesn't really bother me. It bothers other people. But I'm fine with it. But if I can get it fixed, I'm gonna get it fixed. So when I got the extraction, I asked them, do y'all do partials? And they said they would send a request to my insurance. Well, it ain't gonna hurt. All they can do is say yes or no. But they said they would let me know. I didn't hear anything back from them. So I just assumed they got denied. But a few weeks ago, I was like, let me call my insurance to see what's covered and what's not. And they told me that they had approved it. And I have it's open until November 19th, my birthday. So I remember that date. So I was like, okay. So I contacted the dentist office I went to and made an appointment. Well, the appointment was for today. I get there and she puts the plaster stuff in the little thing in my mouth. I have a sensitive gag reflex and it's just saying it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. I had a different shirt on today. I had to take it off and wash. I was so embarrassed. But she gave me a little break, you know, helped me clean off and whatever. Then she stepped out of the room, came back, she said, well, we're going to scan. I'm gonna scan your teeth as well. I never heard of that process. Something new, I guess, since I last got it done. And so she was like, well, I asked her, is it just as effective as the, you know, the mold they're making to get them made? She was like, yes. But then she said, I got to go back and get something. And she comes back in the room and said, well, we have an issue with your insurance. Okay. Apparently, they was having trouble billing my insurance. So she was saying they didn't really want to do the procedure because I might end up having a copay for $1,000. And they didn't want to do the procedure and charge me $1,000 when I wasn't expecting that. And I was like, that's fair. So they didn't do anything today. So it was just like, wow. Okay, what did I even come up here for? But they was like, well, call your insurance. We sent in another claim. But she didn't tell me, I don't think they're going to cover you because you're only missing 2 teeth. This one and a canine. She said they really don't like covering people unless they have pretty much all the teeth gone but 2 or 3. So I was like, well, that's disappointing. She said, but call your insurance next week about Thursday. I'm impatient. I get home and call them immediately before they close. And I asked her to explain the situation. Told her I just called recently and they said I can get it done. I get up there and they said it's a problem with my insurance. Well, she said, you've been approved since May. And she gave me an approval code. And I was like, yeah, I just give this to them. She said, yes. I said, okay, is there a copay? She said, no, it's full coverage. I was like, well, thank you, Jesus. So I called the dentist office, explained to them, well, they gave me this, explained to them while I was just there and what happened. And I said, well, I called the insurance company and they gave me an approval code to give you. She was quiet for a little bit. I said, well, she said you can go on, I'm not going to say the name of my insurance, but she said you can go on their website and look it up. So she did that. And she was like, well, I'm trying to figure out when's the expiration date. I said, it's November 19th. She said, okay, great. So, since she was here today, the dentist only here Thursday and Friday. So since you was here today, you can come back tomorrow. I was like, I can't come back tomorrow. It has to be next week. So I got an appointment on the 30th. Craziness. Crazy. That's just how good God is. Cause you know, I could have just gave up, came home and just said, forget it. Cause I haven't had a partial since 2004. So I'm pretty much comfortable in my own skin, pretty much comfortable smiling in front of anybody, talking in front of anybody. So it's not really an issue because, like I said, it doesn't bother me. I truly forget that it's gone. It's other people that it bothers. So I would have been fine, but thankfully I can get it done. So hopefully they just do the scan next time and I don't have that issue again, because that was embarrassing. Like, oh, my favorite sweat hoodie too. Oh, my favorite hoodie. Just got that unpacked from my daughter's stuff. Just put it on for the first time since it's been packed up. But there's my day. There's my day. My phone appointment, I'll reveal a little bit about that when in my doctor's appointment. I'll reveal a little bit about them when I get a confirmation on what. Well, the first one, I've still got to decide. I still got decisions to make for the doctor's appointment. The second one, I'm looking into something and I don't really want to say it out loud to a lot of people just in case it doesn't go through. So, but if it does go through, I'll let you know. But thank you for taking time to watch. Please give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification bell to be notified whenever I post another video. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.